BORNACK Full Stop Safety. BORNACK's V Protect. This leg pad prevents circulation problems in the veins. When freely suspended in the full body harness, it protects the wearer from a potential circulatory collapse, the suspension trauma. There are two special pads on the thighs. Its firm hardness level means that it creates a defined space, the vein protection zone. The V Protect sits on the leg loops of the full body harness. The recess in the pad should ideally lie over the veins. This allows their full protection capacity to unfold in an emergency. A casualty is hanging in the full body harness. He is unconscious and cannot help himself. He depends on fast assistance and rescue. But what is happening inside his body? Blood leaves the heart and flows through the arteries, shown here in red. It is returned to the heart via the veins. The blood pressure is now much lower than the supply level. This means that applying slight pressure to a vein near the inside of the thigh is enough to stop most of the blood returning to the heart. This is where BORNACK's patented V Protect system comes into play. The distance pads affixed to the leg loops form a defined bridge over the veins and prevent the blood circulation from being pinched. If there is no recess over the vein, the blood starts to block at this point. The blood can no longer circulate unhindered. In the worst-case scenario, this will lead to an inadequate supply to the inner organs. And if the casualty is not rescued quickly, this will ultimately cause a circulation collapse, a suspension trauma, with serious or even fatal consequences. If no vein protection pads are worn, casualties need to be rescued within a time frame of 15 to 30 minutes. Otherwise, the risk of suspension trauma increases significantly. Past experience has shown that V Protect at least doubles the possible suspension time until rescue is possible. A medical test shows the serious consequences of not wearing vein protection pads. Using ultrasound, internist Dr. Bayer shows the blood flow in the arteries and veins. The first measurement is taken when V Protect pads are not worn. So please ease yourself into the harness and lower slowly, yes? We see how the artery pulsates. The vein is almost completely cut off by the harness here. This means that blood is pumped into the leg, but it can no longer flow upwards. It accumulates, so to speak. Cardiovascular failure is the result. Before the V Protect is tested, the doctor explains where the protection pads work. It is essential that they are positioned correctly. This is the point that needs to be protected by the bridge of the V Protect pad. This means that the pad must be positioned below the harness so the pressure is taken off the veins and arteries here if the harness presses against this point. The principle is clear, but what happens if the pads are not worn correctly? Is that dangerous? If the pad is not positioned correctly, it is as if no V Protect pads are worn at all. You cannot do anything wrong. You cannot put yourself at risk with the pads, but of course they are not doing what they are supposed to. It is therefore important to ensure that the pads are in the right position and that the veins can be kept open. The measurement is repeated, this time with V Protect. Come down slowly, please. Yep. Now the veins are getting back their color. Blue indicates the veins, red the arteries. And you can clearly see that the artery is pulsating. The veins next to it are open and that the blood is flowing. The test showed that the vein protection effect is quantifiable and that V Protect can significantly extend the period with which it is safe to be suspended in a harness. The leg pads are compatible with the full-body harness of the Stripe series and a number of other full-body harnesses of similar designs. The V Protect. More time for a safe rescue operation. BORNACK. Oben bleiben.